Again.
Ayégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
You are welcome back, everyone.
Ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you again from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun. Please take your time to read the caption and the description of the broadcast. This is what will get you into it. Okay. Like it, then share it to invite your friends and not so friendly friends. Tell all of them that are you good today. Thank you. For the next 2 weeks, from Nigeria, it is going to be about public disorder, showdown, all orchestrated by the supposed government. So I have some message for you tonight. Share this. Thank you. Motide. Good morning to you once again, and good afternoon to you, and good evening to you as well, from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun, and this is live. That's for those who are watching it live too, right? Tonight, we will continue on the Enlightenment, the series on the Nigeria's upcoming economic hardship protests. And the reason why I, as a person, will continue to bring to your screen every now and then the news about what is developing in Nigeria is because, number one, either by, design, choice, DNA, or whatever it is, it's on record that we have a lot of our people suffering from Stockholm syndrome. Most are not really forgetful, as we have come to realize, but a lot have become enablers, because who knows, they could benefit. And the fact that they could see an opportunity of benefiting from the misgovernance and bad governance, then they become part of the enablers, and they join in helping the rogues who have kept people down. They join in helping to gaslight you, in fact, blame you for the problem or why Nigeria is in the hole. And that is why we need to continue this series. They are spending billions of naira as we speak to buy a sort of a publicity stunt, right? To downplay what people are truly facing and what caused that. Something they are still doing. And they promise to continue to do. So there is no way out if you don't stop these people. So protest is called in Nigeria because of the IMF and World Bank policies adopted by the APC. They are borrowing left, right, and center. They're devaluing your currency, devaluing your hard work. Like before you even get paid for any work you do, it's been devalued by over 400%. You've lost so much before you even access to your own sweat. So you need to understand that they are currently turning it into people hate us, this tribe, and that. But somehow, it seems not to really be working because of platforms like this that will continue to show you what you need to know, not what they want you to know, because most of what they are really doing, if you check it, the antecedent is mostly fear mongering. They are the creator of fears. They are also the anarchists. They are the creator of the violence. But it is easier for them to own it and claim they are government using the institutions of the people. Supposedly, see, your institutions in Nigeria were supposed to represent the value of the people and the norm of checks and balances. But all of that have, they've compromised them in a way that all these institutions are now working against the people. So they have no plan of stopping because they don't see what they are doing as wrong. So they are already blaming everyone they can blame, inciting people against themselves. This is just to let you know that they do not have any plan to fix it. So the beginning of this video this evening is going to be me trying to speak to whoever cares to listen by not appealing to your fear. Because right now, if you are not going to deny it, there is palpable fear in Nigeria right now. The fear of is the protest going to hold? Oh, if there's a protest, there's going to be violence. Violence. People are going to die. But what you have also come to accept is the fact that they have gotten away with murder, with killings, massacre, in their efforts to try to tame you from asking them to do what is right. Okay? They've succeeded. They've got away with a lot. Now, if you are to deal with this, you will understand that it is not that you are the ones who are going to kill people because you want, it is not that you that is going to unleash violence because you want a better country, Abby. No, it is them. But somehow they make you blame yourselves. Why did you come out? Why did you join them too? And all of that stuff that you ended up having to be like, I regret. I blame myself. Because they kill you, they kill people. Right? They injure people, all in their effort to use violence to suppress whatever their demand is. They do not want to be inconvenienced. So now let us kind of take a look at what can protest really do. This is not, the session, okay, to make you think the Nigeria protest or whatever is going to happen there is really going to play out what I'm going to show, what I'm going to share with you. However, in order not to play into their fear mongering, let me tell you what they are trying to hide from you. What you coming out can actually change. Presently, the message they are passing across all social media, including WhatsApp, to some of your aunties, uncles, parents, right now, is to spread the fear that those who are asking for a good government, they are not asking for good government. They want to overthrow Tinubu because what they are asking for is impossible. I don't know if you have heard that. You see all those demand that bring down subsidy, bring this and bring that down, return electricity subsidy, cut down the waste in government, channel the money to this or that, all those demands. It is like you are offering them rope that they should hang themselves. They did not come into politics to change your lives. They joined politics to change their lives and the people they like or people that they consider as people who like them. Others are just feed them the crumbs and continue to tell them to be prayerful and hopeful. Things will get better. While the rest of them always kind of smile to the bank. Billions of dollars have been borrowed. Trillions of naira has disappeared. Okay? Bokuwari printed 27.5 trillion naira. And with the interest, because it was supposed to be a loan, with the interest, now Nigeria incurred about 30 trillion naira debt as part of the national debt now. But guess what? That 30 trillion naira that Boko Haram incurred, 27.5 trillion of that, Gogon, the main capital, is equivalent to $50 billion. That money disappeared between the governors and Boko Haram and his gang. It disappeared, and you can't even, nobody knows who to hold responsible because they don't want to hold the people they believe are helping them responsible. You know, the theory of my own criminal is better than your own criminal kind of mentality. So it makes it difficult for them to hold the thieves. If they have to hold the thieves, they will begin to hold the people that taught them tribalism, ethnic, jingoism, religious fanaticism. They would have to hold them because they would realize that they were thieves. Okay? So what can protest do genuinely that can change things so fast? Listen, whether it was Steve Numbu or it was anybody, whether Obi or anybody, they are not expected to be magicians. Do you understand? The problem of Nigeria is the fact that corruption is legalized. Corruption is so legalized that their constitution protected the corrupt people. Now, if you now look into that, you see the genesis. Something that gave them the power to do what they are doing. No matter how much you cry, no matter how much you wail, they will still do what they will do. Yes. Because there's no consequences. To them, they are not really doing anything wrong. In the face of their law, when it looks like they are breaking it, there's something in there that protects them. So you start with the fraudulent constitution, which has to go. When you are making demand in your protest, it was that fraudulent constitution that gave them the power to be creating bogus agencies, ministries, parastatals, filling them up with their own choosing selected people, right, whose loyalty is not to Nigeria. Their loyalty is to their political godfather from their village, from their church, from their mosque, from their association, from their clubs, that they got their appointments. So they got their employment. At the end of the day, instead of having a civil service in Nigeria, you have evil service. People that will be wearing oversized coats, but they have looted tens of billions of naira without having to raise up any gun or anything. So the system is the genesis of what gave them the chance to create all of these that added no value to the people, right? Then you have to uproot that. You have to demand an end to that. Number one. Number two, in your protest, what protest can do is this. When they cannot travel out of Nigeria, when their children cannot travel out of Nigeria or return to Nigeria, when they cannot fly their private jet from their private airstrips where they are smuggling your mineral resources, when all those places are shut, when they cannot go for their medical appointments abroad, which you pay for, okay? When they cannot, right, go abroad for their usual shopping that they call recess. Now, that means you have altered their lives. Hang on. But they've altered yours. They've disrupted your lives. They've disrupted the economy, right? You've lost, a lot of people have lost everything. The only thing left for some people is just the breath that they are taking in and out. They have no idea what direction or purpose of their life anymore. And all of this happened because of decisions of rogues like this. Okay? Their decisions of going everywhere to borrow money, squander the money, go back again and borrow more, squander the money, then push it on you, tax you, overtax you. And then they will tell you they need money to run government. So your protest can start with, one, cut down all of this nonsense, which will lead to the sack So let me give you an example. You have Ministry of Agriculture. You also have Ministry of Livestock. Hmm? You have Ministry of Women Affairs. You also have Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. You have a Ministry of Finance. You also have Ministry of Budget and Planning. You have Ministry of Petroleum. And the Minister of Petroleum is the same as President. Because that's where the mullah day. That's where the old defrauding and all of that is. Okay? So what else do you have? You have Ministry of Sports. You also have Ministry of Youth Development. You have Ministry of Transportation. You also have Ministry of Marine Development. You have Ministry, what else do you have again? You have the Ministry of Defense. You also have Ministry of Police Affairs. You see all these creation. You have the police. You also have the departments like the DSS. You have the EFCC. You have what else? ICPC. You have all these things created. When normally these are just the jobs of the police. There can be departments within the police, right? Now you see all of this. A protest that lists all these things out can actually reduce the government waste by 50% in that same your Nigeria. You have the Minister of Misinformation. You have the media aides, special advisor to the president on social media, special advisor to the president on media, senior special advisor to the president on Facebook, junior special advisor to the president on media of print media, senior special advisor to the president on airline media, and all of that kind of nonsense. You have a Ministry of Transportation. You have Ministry of Aviation. They have made them so normal, doing nothing, clashing with each other. They do not even share data with themselves. You have the department that is printing the driver's license. They do not talk to the police. The police do not have the data of those who have driver's license. The immigration, they do not have the data of those who are dealing with customs. All of them don't talk to themselves, but they keep launching different schemes. And up to today, there's no reliable data anywhere. Just creation and imagination of whichever drunk, mad person that is promising you something. So what your protest can do is that you can actually get rid of all of these. You won't need hundreds of billions of naira. You know something? Nigeria is the only country in the world where their overhead expenditures are far, 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 far more than their capital expenditures. Yet their income does not, does not correlate with their expenditure. So let me explain that. These criminals, right? You would have about 60 to 70%, 70% of their budget goes into payment of salaries, allowances, overhead travels, extra codes. All of these are cash they will pay to people as pay. And when you now look at that pay grade, they are the top of the pie, where a president takes home more than 500 million naira a month. You haven't heard that before, Abi? Don't pretend. The salary of the president of Nigeria is 3.5 million naira. It has been jacked up now to 5 million naira. Just like the senator's salary is just 1 million or so naira. And the salary of a House of Representative member is 750,000 naira. The salary of a state governor is 1.2 million naira. And the salary of a state House of Assembly is put at 600,000 naira. That of the local government chairman is pegged at 650,000 naira. A councillor is expected to earn 450,000 naira, but this is what they have done. Meanwhile, the general workers' minimum wage is pegged at 70,000 naira minimum wage. Okay, when you take a look at the salary and the entire package of a senator that goes on with over 50 million naira a month, right? Then they do not have chance of what they call the security vote. So they just take whatever they give to them as hardship allowance. Now, a president of a country collects, now that Nigeria that is unsafe, rattled by the act of terrorists and the terrorism, that has been a special cash cow that nobody has been paying attention to. I'll give you one example. When Goodluck Egbere Jolantan was the president of Nigeria, he personally gave the control of his own security vote to Dasuki, his national security advisor. For some reason, the last year, a year before the 2015 elections, Dasuki was given the go-ahead, right, to expend $2.1 billion from Jonathan's security votes, which APC told their people that it was the money meant for procurement of arms for the Nigerian army. The truth is that the Dumbos believe them. The National Security Advisor doesn't deal with the defense budget. The Ministry of Defense and their crew are those who deals with the defense budget. So National Security Advisor, by no means is not in that place of buying weapons or something. But that's just an example. If the president of Nigeria gets paid in dollars, how much for security vote, and in an unsafe place like Nigeria, right? How much do you think that would be in dollars every month? They can't pay him in naira. A state governor can take home over 450 million naira as security vote in his own impoverished state. All he has to do is just that the moment his allocation comes, he takes out his own security votes. Okay? Then he will call all the security chiefs in his own domain. Commissioner of police, area commander, this military, this naval, that, and he will call them, he will give them the araba. You take this 5 million, 2 million, 10 million, 20 million, 5 million. When he gives them whatever he was going to give them, to him, they are the ones in charge of security. The rest of the money, gone. Until tomorrow, the Constitution of Nigeria says they are not to give you account of that money. The northern governors, the place that is the headquarters of the terrorists in Africa as we speak, a lot of them have become stupendously rich in the face of the terrorism there. Why? It is easy money that they don't have to account for. So you have a president that makes that much every month. And it's coming from where? It is all coming from the scarce money. So when they have these overhead expenditures, then when they look at their income, they now realize that our people have become poorer. Not many people are working anymore. Now we are not getting more taxes. Businesses are not paying taxes. What happened? They say some of them are folded up and they have packed and they have left. So is that why the money is low? That's why the money is low. Okay. Let's tax the ones that are still here now. We cannot, this money cannot pay for my medical trip alone. We need to increase it. So then they go out and make policy and say, we are increasing your taxes because we need more money to fix Nigeria. But when the money comes, even when they borrow money and say they are using the loan, they want to use the loan to develop Nigeria, Okay? So the moment the money comes, it goes straight into feeding their greed. So your protest can change that.